We got YouTube Live, we got Facebook Live, we got Twitter X Live, and we got Instagram Live. First post game of 2025. And we got a dub, so let's start it back from the top. Here we go. All right, here we go. Happy New Year to Knicks Nation, and welcome to another edition of KFTV's Post Game Live, presented by DraftKings. Knicks kicking off the new year, ready to kick ass and get revenge on the Utah Jazz. But they would do it without the captain. No Jalen Brunson due to a calf injury. No Miles McBride due to a sore hamstring. No problem, because Josh Hart missed a triple-double. Just knowing what his team needs would deliver his second consecutive triple-double. And Karl Anthony Towns, the big bodega, continuing his MVP campaign with another monster 31-point, 21-rebound night. And those two guys would pace this Knicks team, along with the dog OG Anunoby's defense, Mikal Bridges, the marksman. Lots to talk about as the Knicks get number 9 in a row with a 119-103 victory over the Utah Jazz. Once again, Happy New Year. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel, man. The number one show for the fans, by the fans. Getting it popping for the 2025 CP the franchise. Alex Fataros on the ones and twos. As you can see, Al, I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped, man. A lot to be hyped about. The new year, 2025. And we pick it back up where we left off. 9 in a row. I mean, what was more impressive for you tonight, man? The triple-double by my guy, Mr. Everything, Josh Hart? Or, the bodega was just bodying people in the second half. Talk to me, man. What do you think, bro?
Ooh, how about all of it, man? How about all of it? Because the thing is that you don't have Jalen Brunson tonight. You don't have Deuce McBride. Campaign gets the the start for tonight.
Yeah.
All right. And keep in mind, this guy hasn't been playing well, right? The last couple of games, his minutes has been cut short, but he played well tonight in that starting rotation. Nevertheless, you have all of these guys without Jalen Brunson, who's been facilitating like there's no other day, right? And these guys are okay. You got enough playmaking on this team. You got enough talent on this team that it's okay. Mikal Bridges was doing the damn thing. OG started to get out of his shooting funk. Karl Anthony Towns get you not only 30 points, but 20-plus boards. Then you have Josh Hart out there just getting a triple-double, making it look easy on the season once again. I mean, dude, this team is just stacked with talent. Offensively, it's clicking. Playmaking is just abound. You don't need Jalen Brunson necessarily in these matchups. Well, let me say, it's not that you don't need him, but you don't need him in these matchups. And I think that's something that Tom Thibodeau has to take into consideration when we think about resting star players on this roster, saying, hey, who are we playing tonight?
Yeah.
You're not feeling too well? It's okay. We got enough power. We got enough star power on this roster to fight through. So, man, overall, I like everything that happened tonight.
Good point, man. I'll start with Towns, man, because he just continues to he's having a career year. We talked about it on the last show, like whether is he deserving of more All-Star consideration. I think the answer is yes. I mean, this guy's looking like Jason Kidd out there right now, man. Between the playmaking, the rebounding, snatching boards at 6'4", playmaking, 12 assists tonight. Obviously assists have a lot to do with the execution on the other side, and give credit because the offense, as you said, without Jalen Brunson, they're flashing their depth. But Josh Hart, man, it's just him just knowing what his team needs and delivering in a timely manner. You can always go back to the preseason quote that what he said facetiously, like, man, I'm lost. I have no idea about my role, because he was struggling in the preseason and everybody's going crazy. But, I just had no doubts because this guy, I said it in the preseason, he always knows how to adjust. He showed us that last year in the playoffs without Julius Randle. Points, rebounds, assists, three-point shooting. He did it all for the Knicks as they tried to survive round after round. So just brilliant play, man. His playmaking IQ, just locked in with this team right now. And how about the last play? I'm showing the replay right now. Put Keontae George in the spin cycle and then yammed it on him. That was beautiful, man. That was beautiful. So shout out to him. And then you had the big bodega, man. 31 points, another 20 rebound outing, 21 rebounds. Let's put some respect on his name. 50% from the field, 50% from three. 4 times a steal and a block. And I just love the way that he got physical with these guys, especially in the second half. He was taking no prisoners and literally just yamming on them time after time. He was going at Kessler. He was going at Marketed. I think it was because, especially the first half, he wasn't getting the calls that he was looking for. Took a couple nasty spills and then literally just took it out on him. Great job by Karl-Anthony Towns, man.
But also because, man, the Utah Jazz got the best of the New York Knicks not too long ago when the Knicks went on their West Coast trip. So, these guys had a little bit more fuel in the tank just to come out here and win this one, right?
Yeah.
But, you're talking about points, rebound. Let's stick with the rebounds for a second, all right? Shout out to StatMuse for pointing this one out. Players with over 60 rebounds since Christmas. Josh Hart, Karl-Anthony Towns. That's it. Nobody else. Nobody. These guys are just killing it, man. And you're starting, and you still need more rebounding on this team, but these guys are giving it all that they got, man. We see it even tonight. The rebounding was a close battle in the first quarter for the Utah Jazz. They got Kessler, they got Markkanen, they got enough height on that team to just clean the glass. But yet these guys battled. I mean, Karl-Anthony Towns getting over 20 boards himself, right? Back in the natural position that he likes to play. And he's just showing you, man, what he is more than capable of. Han was talking about it on the broadcaster and Breen, and they discussed how Cat has always had this ability to rebound at a high level. He hasn't had to the last couple of seasons because he had Rudy Gobert playing the center position. Now he's back at the 5 where he likes to play, and he's demonstrating how well he could perform at that position. And this is why he was a little, it was nothing against Rudy, but when they traded for Rudy Gobert, right, there was, I forget what the quote was, but he was a little upset, a little bothered that he didn't get a chance to continue to play the 5 because that's where he felt like he could flourish the most. And now we're seeing it once again. Said it on the show yesterday, man, wrapping up 2024. He's not only has he matured, but he's on the best team that he's ever been on, and he's playing the position that is natural to him, and he's killing it.
Put him in that MVP conversation, man. Look, I'm not saying he's going to win it, but he deserves that respect. Legitimate top 5 on the ladder. They're going to go see Shea in OKC. Shea's deserving. Giannis deserving. The Joker deserving. Karl-Anthony Towns is right there with those guys. Lockstep. Every night he's doing this, man. Every night he's delivering for this Knicks team, and he's getting it. Look, he was stepping out and popping the threes, cool, but he's getting it the ski mask way, the New York grit way, which is, I mean, as a Knicks fan, you love to see it because he's playing with that heart, that fire in his eye. That's why I like seeing him and Hart go out there and just dominate the way that they did. That's New York grit, man, personified. It was beautiful to see. It was a beautiful show, man.
Black Air Force One style, CP.
Yeah.
Going out there snatching.
Absolutely, man. So those two guys set the tone offensively especially, but how about defensively? Let's go to the dog. We're going to give Mikal Bridges his love. Let's go to the dog because it was important to set a tone defensively. Lauri Markkanen putting 34 points on him in Utah. A lot of that was on him. He was going out there. 34 points for Markkanen in the first matchup. This time, they hold Markkanen to 6 of 22 from the field. OG Anunoby, a big part of that. He finishes with 22 points. He finds his shooting efficiency, 10 of 16, but then 3 steals, 2 blocks. The Jazz turned it over 6 times in that first quarter alone, and OG Anunoby was a big factor in that. He took the matchup with Markkanen personally and pretty much shut him down. Shut him down, bro.
1 of 10 from downtown, CP. I mean, I think he was 1 of 5 for a good portion of this game, and you see the impact that OG had tonight. I mean, we're talking about a guy that has a lot of height against OG Anunoby, but we start to see his versatility, man. Doesn't matter the height, doesn't matter the wingspan. OG has that strength to battle with anybody. We saw it against Joel Embiid in the postseason last year. Now we're seeing it against Lauri Markkanen after we got the best of him not too long ago. 6 of 22 from the field, man. 10 boards. Like, he still was able to get his boards, but only 16 points. This is a guy who can easily just get up to 20 points just because of his three-point shooting prowess, and he was just not capable of doing that today, thanks to OG. OG made sure that he was up in his grill, making him have to work for every single bucket that he got. So OG out here just doing the thing. And look, you're going to need OG, especially when you don't have Brunson to show up offensively too. And the fact that, this guy was averaging like 8 points the last couple of games, after having that surge outing against the Denver Nuggets, that scoring just, took a drop, right? Still giving you what you need defensively, but offensively just wasn't as confident, wasn't as in rhythm as he's capable of being tonight. Was able to get back into it. And this is kind of the thing about the Knicks, man. That starting five is so deep that once you start getting, more touches back, because Brunson is a high usage player, it just gives guys other opportunities to find their rhythm again. And so hopefully from a night like this for OG, he's able to carry this into, a battle against OKC on Friday.
Big battle, because OKC, they were very impressive in their last win over the Timberwolves.
12 games in a row for OKC right now, man.
The two of the hottest teams.
Ready to match up on Friday.
Collision course. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. #1 post-game show for the fans, by the fans. CP and Alex, we're cooking. Call us up, 657-383-1509, or you could hit us up on the KFTV Discord, 119-103. Knicks make a statement against the Utah Jazz. So good job by the dog. That was a defensive clinic. How about Mikal Bridges, man? 27 points. 12, I mean, they all overshadowed him. 12 of 17 from the field. He continues to shoot the ball efficiently. I mean, I love the way that he's playing fast. He's getting out in transition. I love the connection between him and Josh Hart. The mid-range is on point. Defensively, he was good enough. Like, he had to take on Sexton and Keontae George, and a lot of those speedier guards can sometimes be a little bit of a headache. But I thought Mikal Bridges was good on both ends. But I just love his activity, getting out in transition, and most importantly, just knocking down buckets, man. He's playing tough. He's back. He's here. Not back. He's here right now. Mikal Bridges is here. No more questions.
This is what Josh Hart got after fans, man, saying, hey, give him some time. Let him get adjusted. Let him get acclimated to what things are about in New York, and you're starting to see, hey, guess what? This man is more than capable of providing it offensively and defensively as well. CP, through the last 10 games, Mikal Bridges is averaging within 41 minutes, by the way. Man's averaging 41 minutes. Tibbs, it's okay. We got Shamet back. Take your foot off the gas. But hey, the guy is averaging essentially close to 22 points, 21.6. He's shooting 57% from the field, 42% from downtown, 81% from the free throw line, getting you 3 assists, a little shy under 3 boards per game, and close to 1.4 steals per game. I was looking at the turnovers for a second. I thought it was closer to 2, but 1.4 steals per game, man, has been a +9 over, and you're starting to see that impact, man. You talk about the cutting, man is just everywhere. He's everywhere, doing everything, whether it's jumping the passing lanes, cutting, facilitating, finding guys who just to get good shots. He's just active, man. He doesn't stop. He has such a high motor, and it's like the entire game. Is there a game where he's not skipping? And this is probably why Tibbs is like, hey, this is why you're playing 40 minutes, man. It'll be like minute 38. This man's just like trotting up and down the court, and you're like, hey, I guess he's got enough energy. Keep him out there, man. Let him do what he does.
The way that he's playing right now, this is the team that can put fear in other teams. The way that Mikal Bridges is playing right now. There are no holes on this team, especially offensively. Defensively, we'll let them keep working. It's still good. But offensively, this is like, you can't handle this. You cannot. Especially when the captain comes back. Mikal Bridges playing at this level, this is the player that they need to have a legitimate shot at this thing. Whether it's Final Four, Final Two, or raising the O'Brien Trophy, you need this version of Mikal Bridges. He's fantastic right now, bro.
Dude, the pass from Karl-Anthony Towns, finding a cutting Mikal Bridges to the left baseline, and doesn't even think twice. Gets that ball, puts up a mid-range jumper, drills it.
Drills
it. He is playing with such confidence right now. He's in such a good rhythm. you already talked about. This is what you need to put fear into other teams. If you're getting this from Mikal Bridges, and like, look, he's averaging 15 field goal attempts, and he's knocking down 9, man. Like, he's knocking down 9,
man.
And to do it the way that he's doing it, it's like, it's just, it's so efficient. I can't even explain it, because you're just you watch Mikal over 48 minutes, right? Whether he's like sitting down or playing the game, it's like when you see him in there, the fact that he can do anything from cutting, knocking down threes, and then hit mid-range jumpers. It's not like he has a set shot that he constantly goes to throughout the entire courses of a game. It's that he will cut you up multiple ways.
Yeah.
And it's fine. And it's fine. He doesn't have to like kill you with a bunch of mid-range. He can.
Right.
But he'll do it in a multitude of ways.
Danny Watt on the IG says, we are the best offense in the league. Shout out to Imad Saad on the Facebook, says we looking good. Shout out to everybody on the YouTube side of the house. The Rhyme Animal Chuck D is in the building. Everybody throw hashtag PE in the chat. Shout out to AfreakNY, franchise channel member. Sends a super chat, says Happy New Year, KFTV. Bring back MSG. Yeah, we got to talk about that. We're going to get through our game storylines. We're going to talk about some issues, Al, because over 1 million Knicks fans did not see this one tonight. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Vincent Huang, Al, sends us a Taiwanese $170 super chat. Says hardcore Knicks win. Says Hart instead of hard. H-A-R-T. Salute KFTV fam. Make sure to vote for the Knicks in the All-Star game. Let's go. Shout out to Vincent. So I definitely appreciate the love. Della Music 50 out, $5 super chat says, yo, who is this Tyler Creator cat? And let's talk about it, man, because without Jalen Brunson, I thought Deuce, Deuce next man up. This is Deuce's opportunity to break out of the slump. Then you find out at game time, they don't got Deuce either. So we moving slots. Campaign is your time, and then Tyler the Creator. And look, between the two of them, you had 9 assists for Campaign. You had 4 for Kolek. And while Campaign didn't shoot the ball all that well, I thought he was part of that Knicks defensive surgence in the first quarter to kind of get them out to a good start. He had 3 steals in this game. So 8 points, 9 assists, 3 steals for Campaign. Good job in his spot start. Tyler Kolek playing his second game of the night after beasting out for the Westchester Knicks with 36 points. He comes in, you could tell you could tell he was warmed up early because he was just flowing, running the offense very well. You saw some good chemistry with him and Precious Achiuwa on like 3 different possessions. I thought Tyler did a good job. And most importantly, didn't get exposed defensively. It was good minutes for Tyler. It's good minutes.
He did not. He did not get exposed defensively, which has been an issue in previous games. And, when I think about Kolek playing his second game today, I think about like those AAU kids. Like, they're like, all right, you go from one game to another game. Like, this man just played. He just beasted, as he talked about, playing for the Knicks, was up in White Plains at the county center. Has to get recalled and like, yo, we think we're going to have Deuce tonight? No. Are you ready to go? Plays 12 minutes. And he just makes the offense flow just so naturally when he came in, man. Like, whether it was just like the tip pass to, Precious Achiuwa just for the dunk, looking for Josh Hart, anybody that's cutting. The dude just understood how to stay within the flow of the offense. And this is why fans want him, CP. This is why fans were like, yo, this guy could potentially usurp Campaign because of how well he's just able to orchestrate an offense. And he showed that tonight, man. And so in a pinch like this, if you're Tom Thibodeau, even though you had to rely on him in a break glass in case of an emergency situation, you should be very comfortable saying in some matchups, once again, you can give Brunson, you can give other guys a rest because he goes out there, shows you that he has improved defensively, and he can still keep the offense going and shows his shots perfectly, right? I know he only made 1 tonight, but that layup that he had, it's like, yo, I see it for myself. I'm going to take it because it's right there. And so hopefully moving forward, Tibbs gives him a little bit more leeway just to show what he's got in the NBA. But you're seeing the development that, the Westchester Knicks are giving him, when he's not playing for the big team.
Yeah, so overall good minutes between those guys, kind of trying to hold it down for Jalen and Deuce. Yeah, 12 points off the bench by Precious, 5 of 8 from the field. He looked good, 3 rebounds and a steal and a block. So good job by the squad all in all, man. 119-103, the Knicks get the W. Let's hit the Discord, hear what the people got to say, man. Start off with Yuri. Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year, CP. Happy New Year.
How you feeling, man?
Good. Excellent.
Let's go.
Shorthanded Knicks? Yeah, nah, they weren't shorthanded.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
All I saw was a bunch of dogs on the court.
Facts. Facts, man. Excellent game, man. Who was your standout player, man? Was it Hart? Was it Towns? Mikal Bridges? What'd you think?
I gotta go with Cat
Mm.
for one reason only. He got what he wanted. He posted Kessler. They robbed him of his dunk when they called a foul. He's like, okay,
Yeah,
fine. Watch
abused him.
what I do next to you. Slam a jammer. He dunked on two, Jess. He dunked on two, not one, two.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
didn't dunk on Kessler. He dunked on two of them.
yeah. He wasn't getting the call, so he took the law in his own hands. I love it, man.
We're seeing a transformation with Cat, and I think a lot of Knicks fans should continue to watch not only this team but watch Cat grow going into the playoffs. Yes, I said playoffs. I believe this team will finish either the first seed or the second seed come playoff time.
Okay,
I'm making that statement right here, right now.
let's go.
First seed or second seed in this playoff.
Let's go.
They got 23 wins and counting. If they hit the 40 mark by, I would like to say March. I want to see them try to go for 40 by March.
Yeah. Okay.
They will break the classic NBA history where a team has more 40 wins, like more than 40 wins before they hit 20 losses.
Let's go.
And if you look at the NBA history, more teams that have won in that caliber have went to the NBA Finals and won. So I'm saying history doesn't lie, man. We've seen these teams go onto it
Hey, well,
and win the NBA Finals.
yeah. Well, look, right now they're in great shape at the 34 game mark. They're in great shape. Now they got to get to 82 and beyond, but they're setting a good tone. Rate that call in the chat, everybody. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. That was Yuri kicking us off. The first call, Al, of the 2025 post game show. First call. First call.
First call of 2025.
Yeah.
And he's hyped, man. He's talking about that offense. He's seeing it. He's seeing that this team could be either 1 or 2 in the East. Where are you looking right now, man? Are you looking that far ahead? Because
I think they can catch. I mean, they can catch Boston. I don't think Cleveland. Who knows what happens with Cleveland? Still very early. I mean, they're red hot. They just won 3 straight on the road in the West. They run 8 in a row as well. They just beat Denver at the crib. They beat Golden State at the crib, and they beat the Lakers. So that doesn't seem like anybody's slowing them down anytime soon. But Knicks can catch Boston. That's not a problem. But seeding really doesn't matter to me as much as health going into the playoffs. Health going into the playoffs. And speaking of health, Al, we do have an update on Mitchell Robinson that we're going to talk about a little bit later tonight as well. So we got an action-packed show. This is going to be one of those ones, one of those post games. So make sure you guys are locking in. Like button, share button, subscribing to the channel. We kicking off 2025 properly with a win, and we got to dissect it on this post-game show, man.
And now you got to see why I take a vacation over here, because CP will have me out here running like Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, that's
before
right.
I got to go to work tomorrow.
That's right. As soon as you came back, what we do? We had to do a 2024 wrap-up. I thought the 2024 wrap-up show was fantastic, man.
It was phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I thought we did a good job,
Great.
man. Yeah, for sure. STG Nick, let's go with the MSG report. STG Nick on the Discord.
What's up, guys? Happy New Year.
How you feeling, bro?
Pretty good. Main takeaway for me this game was probably on the defensive side of the ball. I thought, getting in passing lanes, a lot of deflections leading to fast break points. OG had a few dunks. Cam getting good steals. OG, I thought that was good. Active hands defensively. And then as for the offensive side of the ball, like you said in there in the second half, Cat just beasting down low. It was good to see. He hit 50% of his threes too, which was good. It's good to see OG get in a groove again, like 10 of 16, 18 or whatever points he had. Good to see him getting there. Mikal just being probably our most consistent player since December, since that Charlotte game. He's been excellent. And Campaign, good to see him. Hopefully this gets him a little bit more of a groove because his minutes have been kind of down the last 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
So get him in there. And then, we didn't really need JB tonight. Hopefully he's ready to go for the big one on Friday and just keep it pushing.
Yeah, man, keep him on ice because Friday is going to be a clash. I can't wait for that one. I can't wait for Game of the Week preview. You guys know Game of the Week preview is going to be turning up. So, yeah, man, it's going to be an action-packed game between two of the hottest teams in the NBA. So shout out to STG Nick for our Garden report. Shout out to him. Speaking of Garden, man, Josh Hart met with Bill Pito after the game, Al. Josh Hart, man, 15 points, 14 rebounds, 12 assists, taking care of his roommate and holding it down for the Orange and Blue. Here was Hart with Bill Pito.
Okay, Mike, thank you very much. All right, Josh, no Jalen Brunson, no Deuce McBride tonight. How are you guys able to overcome not having them in and blowing things wide open in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I mean, there's no panic. We know we have enough talent, to win, no matter who's playing. Hopefully those guys can get a little bit of toughness and get out here next time. But we know we have enough. We just had to go out there and execute.
You want to call a foul on Jalen?
I need to get some.
What's your reaction to your second straight triple-double?
Grace of God, man. I'm just out here just playing, just trying to be humble, help my teammates, be a servant to them. So much love, and feels good.
You guys are now 19-4 in your last 23 games. What's been the most important aspect to why you guys have been so successful?
Just sticking to what we do, not making it complicated, just being simple, not listening to some of y'all crying and complaining early on in the season. We knew it would take some time to get it right, and, we feel like we're growing.
All right, Josh, congrats. Happy New Year. We'll see you soon.
So happy New Year.
All right, that was Josh Hart out with Bill Pito, man. That was Josh Hart with Bill Pito.
I think he might spice for Nick's Twitter, man. He said, "Stop crying."
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, he's in the Knicks Twitter streets heavy, man. He's in the Knicks Twitter streets heavy.
Said, "Leave us alone, man. Let us stick to work." Why are you making all this? Why are you creating narratives out of nowhere?
He's talking to State from Harlem and those guys. He's talking to Toxic Knicks Twitter.
Oof.
Yeah, listen, man. I mean, look, yes, that portion of the fan base is impatient. A large part of the fan base is locked in. They know that this thing is going to take time, and it's coming together. 34-10. They're right on the money right now. They're in good shape.
Dude, they did what they had to do. They took advantage of a soft schedule for them. Yeah. What would they go? 14-2 throughout December, right? Mm-hmm. I think it was something of that line. So the fact that they were able to do that, just build on the chemistry, build on the continuity that you need to now go into these challenging matchups that you're going to have throughout the month of January, starting Friday against OKC. Josh Hart knows what he's talking about, man. But look, the way that he plays, it's just I know you call him Mr. Everything, and there's probably no better way to call it, man, because he does legitimately everything on the court. I think the one thing that really showed is just the playmaking tonight, where he doesn't do anything flashy. You watch Brunson, he's got great handles, right? When it comes to just chopping up the defense, getting to the teeth of the defense and making things happen. Josh Hart keeps it simple and plain, just drives, uses his strength, gets downhill, the dunks, the way that he can just do this, or how he could just use his spin move just to get to the rack. It's just stuff of that nature, man, that makes this game just so fascinating, because for a 6'4" guy who just uses his pure strength to go against anybody, it doesn't even matter the position, man.
Right.
It doesn't matter who it is. He'll go. He's not afraid of anybody, which I think is just the other, underlying factor to why he's so good, is that because of that lack of fear, he's always willing to just sacrifice his body and just do what is needed for the team. And the playmaking tonight does not is in that no fear, because when he's starting to attack the lane with simple moves, man, he has to use that shoulder. He has to use his strength in order to create that space and just kick it out to guys on three, or just find guys in the paint ready to get easy shots. How about the alley oops he's finding for Precious Achiuwa, man?
Throwing alleys. He's doing alley to Cat the other game. He's looking like Jason Kidd out there, man. It's crazy. His record with the team right now since he's been here is 88-50. We talk about the OG record. OG's like 43-10 with this team. Crazy, something great. 13. OG's like 43-13, something like that. Hart 88-50, and he was kind of the start of the wing revolution. We need wings. West, they heard us, man. They heard the show. They called us into me, and I said, guys, we need wings here. We can't win without wings. They went out and got Josh Hart, sent Cam Reddish packing, and he started it, man. And he is Mr. Everything for this team. But I think most importantly, in terms of the makeover of this team that Leon and Wes have done such a great job, you got to get winners in here, man. You got to get the dogs in here. Guys who make good decisions, good decision makers, smart players.
Yeah.
And even like last year, like Hart he gets his fair share of turnovers, but by and large, he's a very smart player and a high IQ player and a dog.
Yeah.
He's a dog, man. Never takes a night off.
Absolutely. And think about his career prior to getting to the Knicks, right? Constantly traded from the Lakers to the Pelicans, from the Pelicans to the Trailblazers. This is a guy who didn't have, stability and was just trying to just make his way through the NBA, figuring out who he was. And you're starting to see, let me walk it back a little bit, because now you see how he could play on the Knicks, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes you don't see a guy's full talent until he's in the right situation. That goes for everybody on this roster, man. They're really thriving because every single piece on this roster fits next to each other so perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No one shares the same space. Shout out to our guy Combo. Like when we broke down on the NBA report when the Suns came together, Combo said, "Hey, you got Beal, Devin Booker, and KD. They all like to operate in the same way, in the same space. It's too much of a clutter." When you watch this entire starting five, they don't share. Even though they can all shoot the three, they can all shoot mid range, they can all work the post. They all don't need to stay in the same space because all their games are not predicated of attacking the hoop in the same way. And so you're starting to see Josh Hart in particular, a guy who wasn't having much success, even though you would see some games from him. He's having his most success here because he just fits so well, man. And so when you get to the right situation, you start to see how guys are able to flourish in this league, man. It's always about the situation for the player.
Yeah, 100%. And when I say like them going out and getting winnings, he didn't win with the Lakers, he didn't win with the Pelicans, but he had that mindset. Coming from Nova, like he has that pro mindset. He has that winning mentality. He's a guy who can be coached by anybody. Like all of that factors into it. And we talk about this all the time. Like him being traded the amount of times that he did, with the exception of this one, like the first trade, he got traded for Anthony Davis. Mm-hmm. That's a blockbuster. You got to give that up. The next time he gets traded for CJ. Like, another good player when he was in his prime. So like those are kind of good swaps. And now the Knicks got a complete steal when they got him from the Portland Trailblazers. Timing is everything, and luck plays into it. Knicks got a steal. Absolute steal from day one, man.
Crazy. Think about it. You went from being traded for Anthony Davis and CJ, and then Cam Reddish is the headliner for that deal.
Yeah. Boy, that was some nasty work by Leon West. No backsies.
That's got to be the ultimate swindle there because I know people will look at the names and the talent and they could say whether it be for Cat, for Julius, and Dante, or, you may even say look at the 5 picks and the swap for Bridges. But really, think about what we gave up to get Josh Hart in house, man. We gave up 1 first-rounder with Cam Reddish. It was like a highly protected first rounder. That thing wasn't going to convey unless it was number 19.
Right.
What was it? I forget if it was protected, but that thing was going to be 19 anyway.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And then you give up Svi, you give up Ryan Arcidiacono, and then you also give up Cam Reddish to get Josh Hart. And the return from that trade outweighs anything that what Keegan Murray is doing for the Portland Trailblazers and what anybody else has transpired into.
Yeah. 88 and 50. All it took was the right fit, the right timing. Coming here as a vet, learning from all those losses and bad situations, and making this team much, much richer for it. Al, we got to shout out Christopher Abbott, a franchise channel member. His first super chat is a big one. A $100 super chat from Christopher Abbott. Shout out to Christopher, man. Says, I was at the game tonight, rocking the New York versus the World Cap. Big hustle game tonight. Let's go, Knicks. Shout out to him.
Let's go.
Shout out to him. And how apropos, I got my New York versus the World joint on. You got yours on. And you guys at home could get yours at KnicksFanTV.com. Simple and plain, man. KnicksFanTV.com. And what they should do, Al, is because since Friday's such a big night, and my New Yorkers, people in the tri-state area, the #1 watch party for the fans, by the fans, is kicking off at Clinton Hall 36. 16 West 36th Street. It's free with RSVP. You get your ticket at KnicksFanTV.com. You buy your New York versus the World snap, and you're well on your way. Well on their way.
Man. Come looking correct, man.
You gotta come correct.
Go get the right merch.
Gotta
man.
come in
It's
uniform.
New York versus the world. Look, it applied last season. It's applying this season right now. We got the X on our backs. Everyone's trying to come after us.
And when we
it's Chris Murray, by the way. Chris Murray, not Keegan Murray. Chris Murray.
And when we do our quarterly giveaways, sometimes we do it. If people for the qualification, sometimes the people who are in there rocking the KFTV merch, sometimes you qualify. So shout out to you guys. Make sure you guys pop in on Friday. It is a family show on Friday. You could bring your kids to Clinton Hall 36. So you don't got to worry about the babysitter. Bring little man, bring your kids, tap in with us, and it's going to be a great time. All right, back to the phones, and then we'll get to our key stats of the night. Do we have Pops the Legend on the Discord? Pops, are you there now?
Yes, I am.
Here we go.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, fam. How are you?
Oh, CP and Alex, I'm doing well.
Nice.
I mean, after, I don't know if you remember for the previous game where I snuck out to watch to talk to you guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Well, I played it for my wife, and she has such a blast on it that she actually bought tickets for the game today. So she took me out to eat, brought the tickets.
Yeah.
And brought me a Towns Bodega jersey.
Wow.
So
applaud that man. Give that man a 5 in the chat, man. That man's pip hand is strong, man. Throw some 5s in the chat for a guy Pops the Legend, man. Wow.
Yeah, what a day. And,
wow.
She was vibing. We had our drinks in there and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I had her cheering. So,
there we go.
She's going to be a strong Knicks fan from here on for sure.
There you go. So we kind of threw you the alley there, and you just had yourself a day, man. What dreams are made of.
Absolutely, man. When you're around legends, man, good things are going to happen.
My man. Cheers to you on this 2025, man. That's an excellent story, man.
To you as well.
Yeah.
And as for the game, I mean, there's going to be a problem coming into MSG for the opponent, man. That's what the Garden is going to have to be an area where teams are just going to have to realize that they're going to have a tough night and they're going to have to pick their poison because you're going to have Brunson and the whole starting five. Who you gonna guard? Yeah. Like, what defensive plan can you come when you have a triple-double from Hart, 3 Knicks scoring over 20, and, as long as we can get that bench to just produce, we'll be good.
Yeah. It's going to be problems, man. Definitely. Pops, appreciate the call. Congratulations once again, Al. Congratulations once again to Pops. Look at that. A love connection over here on KnicksFanTV, man. Didn't I tell you about the power of this platform? We keeping families together here.
She watched that segment. She was like, "Oh, you famous now." She's like, "Oh, let me treat you right. Let me treat you right." And then, wow,
my man
getting a jersey, getting tickets. Yeah, my man's living life over there.
A king's treatment. Shout out to Pops, man.
Gentlemen, you better reach out to Pops and learn.
Yeah,
because good Lord,
hey, he needs to write the manual. Shout out to Pops, man. Good stuff. All right, salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CP and Alex on the 1s and 2s. KFTV's postgame live, where dreams come true, and we keeping families together, man. 2,600 people on the check-in on the YouTube side. Shout out to Kevin Lofton, $20 super chat franchise channel member. And he just showed love. He didn't even put a comment. He just showing love. So shout out to Kevin. We appreciate that, man. All right, let's get to the key stats of the night, if you will. There we go. Now I got the Josh Hart joint. Let me get my stats up because this one was pretty interesting here from the team stat perspective. Knicks shooting 55% from the field and 39% from downtown. They were able to get their efficiency back a little bit, especially from the three-point line. Jazz defense really putting up zero resistance. Knicks 69% from the charity stripe. Just got to get better there. 16 and 23 from the field. They did win the rebounding battle, and I thought it was interesting because especially in the first half, as you see it, the Jazz had 14 offensive rebounds overall. I thought that was a big factor, especially in the first half of this game. They seemed to be getting everything, and for the Knicks, it was a lot of one-and-dones in those possessions. So I thought that allowed the Jazz to kind of keep it fairly close early in the game, and then in the second half, the Knicks were able to kind of bust it open a little bit. 31 assists to 23. Good job there, just kind of showing off the efficiency by the Knicks and good ball movement as well. The turnovers, I thought that was one of the things that kind of told the story of this game. The Knicks forcing 16 turnovers there by the Jazz and scoring 22 points off of those 17 turnovers, rather, by the Utah Jazz. So great job there. 34-15, the Knicks win the fast break battle, getting out in transition, especially off the defense. Good job there. And then 70-50, Knicks getting it cracking in the paint, man. New York grit. Biggest lead by the Knicks, 20. Biggest lead by the Jazz, 10.
Whew. Just looking at the stats, first quarter, you talked about it, and this is what I said at the beginning of the show. Rebounding was going to the Utah Jazz's way. Then you start seeing from the second quarter on, Jazz never had a chance because Karl-Anthony Towns decided to get activated and say, you know what? Me and Josh Hart, we're going to control the boards, man. Not you guys. We are going to control the boards. On top of that, you also look at the way that Cat performs, man. It seems like he just likes to get going from the second quarter on. He likes to allow the other guys get into rhythm, which, hey.
True.
Got no issue with that, man, because you'll allow everybody else to start finding their flow because Cat can easily go out and get his, man. That's why he's playing that's why he's in top 5 consideration for MVP right now, because he can easily decide when he wants to go get his and he's playing at that level. But when you start looking at the numbers, man, it was a narrow battle between rebounding, but it never felt that way because of the shooting for tonight. The shooting was just so efficient, and you see that in the field goal percentage, 55-40, and it's just the Knicks were just able to carve up the Jazz defense, which was just so porous tonight. The one thing I will say that really shocked was the second chance points, man, 13-3. It was like, I know that it felt like that all happened in the first quarter, but even parts of the third quarter, because during the third quarter there was just a frenzy where both teams were playing sloppy basketball. The Knicks just seemed like they were in a frantic mode. Yeah. And they were just missing things. They were just turning the ball over left and right. There was even a possession where the Jazz felt like they had 9 opportunities to score. Laurie Marketing gets upset. He could have got that ball and probably scored on that possession, but goes out of bounds and whatnot. So Knicks were able to get it back together, man. But the one thing they just gotta get better at free throws, man. Like, you guys were on a good free throw streak. Yeah. What's going on, man? You can't be shooting under 70%. You gotta get better at that. But the thing, too, CP, was fast break points. This team was just – I've never seen this team play so fast in my life. 34 fast break points?
Yeah.
34.
Yeah.
Usually we're talking about like 14, 22. 34 is insane.
Mikal Bridges, man. My man's on demon time right now. His energy is crazy. It's off the charts. It's popping off the charts. I think he really sets a good tone there. But again, the Knicks just having active hands really put it on him defensively. And that was good because in the first matchup, it was a whole different story. So just a good job. Resilient is the word I'm looking for. Resilient. Bouncing back after being embarrassed by them and really letting them know that they're not in the same league. So good job there, man.
You know what they said? They heard do things on the line last night, and he was asking for this win, man.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, buddy. They're like, okay, pal.
Yeah.
Let me show you what we really could do. Jalen Brunson's like, Jalen Brunson even said, I'm going to take the night off. I'm going to let you see what the rest of us can do without me, okay? And don't worry, man.
That was our guy, man. Our guy,
He's going to come back and take credit for this one, too, man.
Yeah,
don't worry.
I think that's who Hart is talking about. I think that's who Josh Hart is talking about, man. He's talking to do. So anyway, those are our key stats of the night, man. Presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. And hey, ladies and gentlemen, this time of year, you got all kind of sports that you can get in on the action. You had the college football playoffs going on today. A couple of big blowouts. You had a close one between Arizona State and Texas, and then you had Ohio State blowing out Oregon. But anyway, you got college football, pro football playoffs on the way, basketball. So 24/7, you have sports to get in on. And here's a gift for all new customers: bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. And that's through downloading the DraftKings Sportsbook using the code KFTV. Happy holidays from DraftKings. The crown is yours. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, which is 467-369. In Connecticut, help is on the way for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Remember to play responsibly. At 21 plus, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. It's void in Ontario, so our friends in Canada, you got to come over here, over the border, to get in on the action. The bet must win to receive your reward, and bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/bball. And speaking of DraftKings, we did have a winner tonight on the DraftKings front, and that was none other than the Stratocaster, man. Al, tell him what you won, man. Tell him what you won tonight, man.
Hey, man, I put down small change, man.
Yeah, some beer money. Some beer money, man.
Hey, man,
Nothing
put
wrong
down
with that.
$5, 135. Because guess what I called? Josh Hart getting a triple-double
There
tonight,
you go.
man. It just, look, no Jalen Brunson. You know how the Utah Jazz played last game? It just felt like Josh Hart had to do everything once again. I'm like, look, nights like this, whether it's against the Orlando Magic, against the Utah Jazz, just ask me, man. I'll tell you when it's going to be a Josh Hart triple-double. This is twice now I'm doing it for you people. Twice.
It's good. It's good insight by you, man. So you got you some beer money, you know what I'm saying? Go out there, get you a little drink or something for Friday night when you tap it in on Knicks versus Thunder, man.
You better believe it, man. I'm going to get a nice little... Might buy some wine for me and the missus.
Gotcha.
You know, be a little classy then.
Yeah. You know, but get your pinky ring out. You know what I'm saying? Keep it a little aristocratic over here. I feel you. Yeah, do the damn thing, man. I'm with you, man. Go ahead and do that, man. So shout out to our guys over at DraftKings. Okay, let's get to the phones and I'll load up some more locker room sound bites. Knicks Fix on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Knicks Fix.
CP, Alex, what up, man? Happy New Year's.
Good, man. How you feeling, man?
What's going on, man? Yo, first thing first, I just wanted to tell you guys thank you for having this platform, man. Like, it's so much fun after all these years to finally have a good team. You know, we come with events and stuff, but now it's the first time, like, it completely changed. Like, we have a solid team. But anyway, man, yo, just random. Did you see World Boss Vibes Cartel rocking the throwback?
You know we were not missing that. Come on, man. Hold on. Let me get the footage out, man. Because big up to the World Boss, and because that footage is actually going quite viral on KFTV Instagram. But big up to the World Boss Al in his first concert back, New Year's Eve, National Stadium, Kingston, Jamaica. He switches sets and he comes out in a number 33, bigging up New York, bigging up Patrick Ewing, comes out with not the KFTV, but we got to get him a KFTV snap. But he comes out with the New York Knicks snap, the fresh Ewing blue joint. Shout out to the World Boss, man. That was a big moment, man. Big moment.
That's what I'm saying, man. I was like, I knew you had to see it, bro.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, man, just a few points on tonight's game. I'll make it quick. I think the winner really is Leon Rose, man. Like, bro, I finally figured out why Cat's playing better. It feels like the dude's taking the training from Dyke and rocking the Shiesty and Timbs and coming in with the Dominican Tambo to drum, bro. Like, he's playing next level, yo. Mikhail, you know, that's 5 first-round picks. Now we're getting the Mikhail that we actually traded for. Shout out to Campaign, man. 8 points, 9 dimes, 3. That's tough. That's coming into play like that. And then finally, the Josh Hart deal, like Alex said, that might have been out of all the deals we made, yo, we traded Scam Rubbish, a pick, and Archie Diacono for a triple-double guard. That's tough. Tough, man.
Tough.
But yeah, Friday night is a big night. I'll see you guys there. That's the main attraction for the season, I feel like. And then I'll leave you with this, man. My girl wasn't a Knicks fan before. Like, she would watch games here and there, but after she met me, she got a sweatshirt and she ready to rock on Friday night at Clinton Hall.
Wow. You see that? So what do I tell you, man? This is a wife-friendly show. This is a family show to the core. We don't just talk about this. We live this out. Who needs Tinder when you got KFTV, man?
Yeah, all right, fellas. Have a good night, man.
Have a good night, man. You enjoy it, man. I'll see you and wifey on Friday, man. Pull up, man. See you, man.
CP, the love connection over here.
But day ones knew that, though. You know, we've been making love connections here on KnicksFanTV. It's just a byproduct of the number one show for the fans, by the fans.
See, this is what happened. You learned after last year not to ruin Christmas for people.
That's right.
People, like, they lost your trust. Now you earned their trust back, and now look what you're doing over here. CP. Look what you're doing. You're making relationships, man.
Hey, man, I told you, man, we bring people together, man. In this chaotic world when everybody's pulling each other apart, this is where you come for some love, man. The number one show for the fans, by the fans, man. We talking Knicks. You get a little therapy. You get a little love in your life. And you keep it going. Shout out to him, man. That was a 5-star call. First off, he dropped the Vibes Cartel in Insight. You know, we played that. That was a good segue. Big up to everybody from Jamaica. If my Jamaicans are in the chat, throw the flag in the chat. Let us know we in here. My guy Cedro's in here. Heavy salute to Cedro. He said, did he say scam rubbish?
He called it scam rubbish.
Yeah. He said scam rubbish.
Hey, man. That man's on the Lakers right now.
Yeah.
What would you say? What would you say if LeBron can't get him right?
Yeah, that might be it. You know,
Dude,
not
they just
throw anybody's career in the toilet, but it's like, you know, if LeBron can't get you right, if he can't work with you, might be.
Dude,
over.
he's like what, third on the depth chart right now, and they traded for Dorian Finney-Smith. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, this is not to attack Cam Reddish, who, by the way, his brother's playing at my alma mater.
Okay.
You Albany playing basketball, so shout out to you, man. But look, it just shows for what Leon Rose was able to do with a guy. Like, give him like, hey, here. He showed enough where it's like, hey, there's still a little bit of intrigue out there. We'll take Josh Hart from you, and we'll give you a first-round pick and a few other guys to your rotation. And it's just been a world of difference. I mean, the impact that Josh Hart has made since he first stepped on the Knicks court has just been immense. The energy, the fearlessness, as we already talked about. You can. It's so hard, man. We could talk about talent all day, but if you don't have that mindset, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough to win games.
Good points, man. Al, the chat is being spammed with Jamaican flags in the chat, man. Let's pick up our people, man. Let's take some time out and shout out to our people in the chat, man. Big up to Cedro, my guy Cedro Gross, Lash is in there, Christopher Blake, Joey Bad. Big up yourself. Do things
Corey
said,
James.
Corey James. Do things said, CP, I'm Jamaican. I got baptized in Dunn's River. Shout out to Do Things. Who else you want to shout out, man? Who else with the flags, man?
I'm trying to see.
Yeah.
Hard tackle cornerback. Shout out to you. We got Dutch B in here. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to all the Jamaican flags. Yo, man, he's in Kingston right now. I was just there. Missed it by a little bit, but
you missed it, man. You missed it. They said it's a vibe. They said it was crazy last night. Big up Dermot Morris, Flizzy Flex, Daquan Tillery. Salute. Underground Crypto, Elite Leak, DJ Do It To Him. Who else we got here? Make sure. Ace of Spade.
Marv
Shiva
that
Jones.
boy. Shout out to you.
Yeah, Main Focus 23. We heavy in here, man. Shit. Big up Omar Smith.
Did you shout out Mr. Grabba Gaming?
I did not. Hard Tackle CB. Salute, man. Okay. Salute to the people. Salute to our people from TNT. You know. Salute to our people from the DR. Sergio's in here. Salute to Jaime Hernandez. Big up Puerto Rico, Cuba. Big up
Haiti in here.
Yeah. We international with it, man. We're international, man. Okay. All right. Just a quick.
And shout out to Jay Vick, who was apparently a U Albany alum. Shout out to you, man.
Okay. Right? Shout out to Jay Vick. Also, big up Ronaldo Ruiz. First time on the Facebook side. Big up Ronaldo Ruiz on the Facebook side. Okay. Let me.
Chuck D says he has a Jamaican son-in-law. Shout out to you, Chuck.
shout out to the Rhyme Animal, man. Of course, holding us down over there. He's out in OKC. And Chuck, are you going to the game? I would assume you're going to the game, or are you on there for other business? Are you going to the game? Let us know in the chat. Al, do we have any info on Game of the Week preview?
Up to you. It's going to be tomorrow, probably at 6 p.m.
Okay.
Based on since OKC is playing tomorrow, guys have to get the show in early, so be prepared for a 6 p.m. show.
Okay.
That or we're doing it at 1 a.m. and no one wants to be up at 1 a.m. Right,
no problem. Now let's keep it 6. I'll make sure I'm available to handle the production side of things, and we'll take care of that because this is an important game. This is a big game, man. Big game. We'll end the show talking about our thoughts on that game, but let's get to the people, and then we'll get to some more locker room soundbites. Sayquizzy, go ahead and unmute your mic. Sayquizzy.
You can hear me?
Loud and clear. How you feeling, man?
Good. Took a W. Took care of business today. And look at Josh Hart, man. So inspirational, man.
Yeah.
Getting bored, passing the ball. Basically, our point guard out there. Brunson out today. He helped out with the passing. Even Payne got 9 assists. Good game. And then Cat, I seen like a stat that he got like more 30-point games with us than the Timberwolves last year. And I didn't even know. I think this is like his 12th, maybe, with us already.
Yeah.
But Thunder's next.
Thunder's
If
next,
we win
man.
that game, I'm jumping out the window. I'm jumping out the window.
Okay. All right. So Sayquizzy's letting us know, man. Good people in the chat. Allie's letting us know. We're at the 35 game mark. He's letting it know. It's time. It's time.
But that's all I really got to say. I see y'all.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Stay up, man. Happy New Year to you. Rate that call
Happy
in the
New Year.
chat. Go ahead, man.
If we win tomorrow, I'll be jumping out the window as well, right? I gotta choose which window though. I gotta choose the elegant window.
Yeah.
There's multiple windows, but if the Knicks win tomorrow, man, I'll be jumping out the window because you're talking about beating the best team in the West, and they're on a 12-game winning streak, and they're beating some solid competition.
Yeah.
All right, so Knicks beat OKC. And you know who we're looking at over there, man? And Josh Hart spoke about it. I sent it to you in the chat. SNY had it, so go check the Slack channel. I sent the question about it, but
Yeah,
Isaiah
I got it.
Hartenstein's over
Ready.
there, man.
Yeah. And speaking of which, good stuff by you. Good research. Here is Josh Hart. First question being asked about the OKC matchup. Here's Josh Hart in the locker room. Let's hopefully the locker room audio is good. Sometimes it's not good. SNY's got to get better audio. Here we go.
Word to use here or phrase to use?
Yeah, I mean,
All right, hang on. Let me get the volume up, man. We got to make sure we get that. Hang on. While I get that, let me make sure I get the volume up. While I get that, let's go to 682 on the phone. 682. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hey, yo, salute. It's your boy, Lord Scientist.
Lord
Happy
Scientist. Happy New Year, fam. How you feeling, man?
Hey, yo, I'm blessed and highly favored. Listen to me. Big up all my yard man.
Yeah, Lord
You hear me?
Scientist. Yes, sir.
Big up all
Yeah.
my Bayesian masses.
Yeah.
Big up all the Dominican them and Boricua. Yo, NY, listen, stand up right now. I want to tell you back right after Thanksgiving, I called you and spoke to you. I said, yo, once Precious get back, we getting ready to go on a 9-10 game winning streak.
Yeah.
And here we are now on game 9.
You
I
called
already said this before December hit.
Yeah,
I called it. Everybody that was saying the fly stuff about Mikal, all of y'all need to be saying in the chat, calling in and apologizing to Mikal for holding him the way y'all was trying to hold him. He's here now. We here now. It's 2025. Let's bring this year in the way we brought it in on New Year's Day. Let's roll. It's Knicks time. Salute. And your boy, Lord Scientist, I'm out.
Lord Scientist on the check-in. Salute to you, man. Salute to Lord Scientist, man. He definitely did call it. All right, so salute to him. Let's get to the Hart post-game soundbite. I got the volume up a little bit better here. Here we go.
You have coming up now an interesting matchup. The Thunder, red hot team just as much as you guys are. How much are you looking forward to that game? I don't know if it's measuring stick's the right word to use here or phrase to use.
yeah, I mean, this will be a good test. Obviously, we got them, and it's a tough back-to-back with them in Chicago. So we just got to go out there, play our game, be aggressive. The big man got paid this summer, so he should be a little slow on his feet and slow trying to protect the rim. So, we should be able to, go at him.
You have
Josh, he looked like he got a bottle of Soul Glow in there, Al. But
Bro, my man's rocking the Jerry curls right
the
now.
Soul Glow, man. Hey, when you drop a triple-double, 2 back-to-back, nobody can tell you nothing, man. They can't tell you nothing, man. So
looking like Rick James out there.
looking like Rick James. Slick James, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Hart, man. He's swagging on it right now. Back-to-back doubles. He's ready to go. This was Josh Hart talking about that spin move and dunk on, what was the kid's name? Keontae George. Here we go.
Tell me about the dunk down the paint. When was the last time you did that in a game?
A while ago. It was. I heard Will was telling him to pressure me, so I'm not much of a handles guy, but I can straight line drive the hell out of somebody now. So, yeah, that was it.
Tell me about the.
Yeah, and you know what? First of all, that quote is very funny. But what I also thought was interesting in terms of the matchups. In the first matchup, Utah had the size advantage, and they took advantage of that. John Collins didn't play in this game. He played in the first game, and he helped kind of set that tone for Utah. And marking and foul suit, Kessler was getting it popping as well. Despite Marketing and Kessler being out there and the Jazz getting that rebounding advantage early, I thought it was the Knicks' size that took advantage of this game, especially late. Not just Towns abusing those guys, but also the Knicks found themselves in very advantageous matchups where, OG Anunoby is backing down smaller player. It might be a Clarkson, or you got like Keontae George trying to stay in front of Josh Hart. You have no chance. Mikal Bridges shooting over Colin Sexton. Like the Knicks, especially through their wings, had a lot of advantageous matchups against the smaller perimeter players against the Jazz.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is why wings are so coveted in this league, because of the, ability to guard passing lanes, to shoot over opposing players who play the guard position. So, and you see whether it be physicality or wingspan or height, they were able to use that advantage tonight. But you also, who were also who was in that game too? Even though they had John Collins, we didn't have Precious Achiuwa. And Precious played a big part in this, man. If you look at that second quarter when Precious entered the game, he was really that focal point that started leading the charge for the Knicks to get back into rhythm and get back on that, being the aggressors. All right. Yeah. So you got to give Precious his big ups, man, because he have 12 points tonight in 13 minutes. Very efficient night, whether it was catching alley-oops for dunks, whether it was attacking mismatches and driving the lane. I think there was a part where Kolek was wide open from three. Precious was no. I got this. I got the mismatch. I see the lane. I'm going straight for it. Gets the dunk, attacks like there was no tomorrow. And look, he's getting boards defensively. He's there knocking down threes. I mean, everyone has been practicing the threes this summer, CP, because Precious was wide open and he's been drilling them the last 2 games. So Precious also was a big factor tonight, even though the Jazz didn't have Collins, which probably played to the fact of why they weren't able to play that big style that they did against the Knicks. It didn't. We took advantage of that with having Precious out there. So Precious with everybody else was also a key factor in tonight's matchup.
CP the franchise, Alex Rataris in the building. KFTV's Post-Game Live, the number one post-game show for the fans, by the fans, presented by DraftKings. We got over 2,500 people watching worldwide across YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X. Call us up, 657-383-1509, or you can hit us up on the KFTV Discord. Speaking of Kolek, Al, had himself a night. Dominated in the G League earlier today, 36 points for Westchester. Then gets the call up because the Knicks were down. Jalen Brunson, no Miles McBride, comes in, gets the team 4 dimes, and he was playmaking out there. As you said, he had some nice chemistry with Precious Achiuwa. Here was Tyler Kolek after the game talking about his night. Here's Tyler.
How were your legs coming into tonight?
It was good. I had a few hours in between on the Normatex. I just tried to do what I could to recover and just be ready to go.
Do you play this morning just thinking, yes, there's a chance I can play? You have to prepare yourself for that?
Yeah, it's more mental than anything. Obviously 2 guys go out with injury, so kind of got to step in and be ready to go no matter the circumstances. No matter who's out, just always got to be ready to go.
It was 40 minutes this morning?
Yeah, 40.
So he plays 40 minutes in Westchester. He gets the tip special. He plays 40 minutes in Westchester, and then he gets 12 tonight. So 52 minutes of hoops for Tyler Kolek. Welcome to the Thibodeau experience. Well, good experience. Good experience for him as he tries to gain trust from the head coach.
Hey Tyler, are you good? Are you good for Are you good for 80 minutes tonight? Because we're gonna need you tonight. So be ready.
Oh man, yeah, man. Hey, good stuff. Good stuff by Tyler. And hopefully he builds on it.
And he looked fine. Yeah, even playing the game today, he looked fine. And I mean, just very bland in the response. I had 2 hours. I'm good to go. No worries. But he looked fine going out there, and he played to his game, his strength. He doesn't have to be a hyper athlete. He didn't have to come in there and knock down a crazy amount of shots in order to help this team win. Came in here, is look, I got Bridges, I got OG, I got Cat, I got Precious playing well. I don't really need to do much other than organize these guys, and that's what he did tonight, man. He kept it simple for himself.
You mentioned Karl Anthony Towns. Here was Karl on the win. He's rocking the little wide lapel suit there, little tan joint. Okay. Yeah, I used to rock suits back in the day, as you know, man. I kind of miss those days, man.
Do you miss rocking suits?
Sort of, but it kind of makes it even more fly when I do, kind of like pop out and show them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I got to step out and get fly, I just do what I got to do. I just, jump in on my Bruce Wayne and just go into the archive. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Go down to the back cave.
You're talking about, I don't know if were you wearing a suit and tie like when you were going to work? Is that what you were doing?
On my last gig, no, but one of my first corporate jobs, that was mandatory Monday through Friday.
Nah,
that was mandatory.
I don't miss those days at all. But
yeah,
that's even more work to put that on. Cat's got a nice shirt underneath and a jacket. That's fine. I can do that.
Yeah.
Once we start adding all the layers to it to doll yourself up, I'm out.
Yeah, it's tough, man. But anyway, here was Cat on his performance and the Knicks win. Here we go.
24-10 at this point. I mean, what have you learned about this team to date?
I mean, just that we're gritty, man. I think that we do a great job of finding ways to win, even when we're not at our best. And obviously, we're adjusting, we're getting more and more acclimated with each other. But you hope to learn those lessons through wins than in defeats. And we're doing a great job of learning as we go and getting more unified with each other. But in that learning experience, we're finding different ways to win, which is great.
24-10.
Yeah, he said it, man. That was a question that I certainly had it, and this team was, where's their grit? Because early in the season didn't look like they had it. But as he said, they're learning, they're getting it together. Now he says on nights when they don't have it, they had it tonight offensively. They definitely had it tonight. But let's see, they run up against some opposition in OKC. Can they muster that same grit? And that's got to start with their defense.
Mm-hmm. Got to start with their defense for sure. And this is the thing, man, is that this game could go in many directions, right? OKC is not a team that will stop. They're also relentless. Either the Knicks have to figure out how to hit them with like that KO punch to knock them out. But the way I expect this game to go tomorrow is that it's going to, or Friday, is that it's going to be a close battle all the way through. And defensively, they're going to have to dig like a lot of the effort out of this one. It's not going to be able to just be like cruise as we've seen like tonight where, it's the Utah Jazz. We can score a lot of points on them. This is a different team. Shea's a good point of attack defender. There's not going to be any Chet. Actually, I think they were talking about Chet actually returning soon. I think around this month. So he might. I forget who I was reading. No, Kawhi is the one that's returning the fourth. Never mind. So I'm not sure if Chet's gonna be back for this one. But this is still a matchup that if he was out there defensively, it would be even more of a challenge. But still, this team is a good defensive team. You got Lou Dort out there. You got Jalen Williams out there.
Yeah.
It'll be a battle, man. They're going to have to dig deep in order to win this one.
No question, man. And, with these key sound bites out, we talked about Cat's suit, Josh Hart with the soul glow. You know what those guys also have?
Swag?
Skims. Close. Skims. Yeah. You know what's so funny? The other day, Josh Hart put a tweet out there. He was like, yo, whenever Skims drops a new joint, they're always sold out. My wife gets tight, man. So Josh Hart is a Skims guy, I found out.
You know what he should do? He should tap into the channel.
He should, man, because Skims Al is a sponsor of the channel, the official underwear partner of the NBA, as well as KnicksFanTV, man. Shout out to our friends at Skims for keeping us laced. They have a nice and budding men's apparel line from activewear to underwear to sleepwear, you name it, Skims has you covered. And for us in particular, they sent us a pair of their boxer briefs. And for me, I was never like the biggest boxer brief guy, but I did try this Skims 5-inch boxer brief stretch, and it's dope, man. Good material. They have different color selection. They don't ride up on you, so you can stay in your athletic mode, whether you're working out or you're hooping, you're cycling. They're very good for that. They're almost like tight. They're almost like those athletic tights that you wear, but they make them in boxer briefs. They also have briefs, boxers, you name it. So shout out to Skims. And for our people at home, check out Skims. Check out the skims.com website. Check out their collection. And once you do make a purchase, they will send you an email, a post-purchase survey about asking how you heard about them. Let them know the good people at KFTV sent you, man. And you click on the podcast option and then click on KnicksFanTV. And some of you guys, Al, we're making these love connections fellas, man, this could be a good gift for you, man. Let your ladies know that you want the Skims. The boxer priest. You want the Skims, man. Let her know you want the Skims, man. She got you, man. She got you, man.
Yeah, or there's other alternatives. Some people enjoy bathhouses,
Yeah,
that's it.
We
won't go that direction.
That is it as well, man.
But hey, make sure to support our sponsor, Skims, man.
Yeah.
It's lightweight, breathable. They give you the support where it's needed, all right? Make sure to support a sponsor. Let them know that, when you choose that drop down, from the good people of KFTV told you about it.
Good people at KFTV, man. So shout out to our people at Skims. Okay, we were just going through a lot of sound bites. We got some good sound bites that we went through, Al. Good job by SNY on getting that stuff for us. They didn't really get it for us, but whatever. Anyway, let's go. There's another sound bite we can get to, and that is an update from head coach Tom Thibodeau on one Mitchell Robinson. Here we go. Hang tight. Let me find it first, and we'll react to it. Tibbs on Mitch. Let me just make sure I'm pulling it up. I got to get through the content. What's he saying here? Tibbs. Okay, here we go. This is Tibbs on the status of Mitchell Robinson. Let's hear what Tibbs has to say.
No, it hasn't been cleared yet, but so we're still in the same place. But he's doing well, and so he'll be anticipating that sometime this month he'll be cleared to practice.
So sometime this month, Mitchell Robinson will be cleared to practice. The Block Nest Monster, although he hasn't been cleared to run full sprints yet, could be cleared to practice this month and ramping up. So the return of a Block Nest Monster is upon us, man.
Getting there, man. And we don't need to rush him back. All right, we do not need to rush him back. Okay, this team can be fine without him. We need him healthy for the postseason. We need him for the offensive rebounding, obviously defensive rebounding, the shot blocking. Because when he's out there, we know how impactful he is. I mean, this guy before he got injured last year was looking like a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. All right, the way that he can alter shots, the way he can guard the pick and roll. His athleticism is just through the roof at the 5 defensively, and being a lob threat, that's also important too. And with this newfound spacing this Knicks team has, I can only imagine him out there. Let's say if you're giving Cat a break and you put Mitch out there should be enough spacing for Brunson to run a pick and roll and get him enough lobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just Mitch, take your time, be healthy, be ready to go. Don't need to rush him back for anything because his value will truly be in the postseason when you're thinking about having to guard teams like the Cavs, man. And we know what he did against the Cleveland Cavaliers to Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. When you think about guarding the Boston Celtics, even though he's struggled against them because they have a 5 out, if you're bringing him off the bench, that's different than having him as a starting center. So you want to make sure that he's capable and ready to defend against these other high-octane teams because that's where the Knicks are going to need that help defensively. They're going to need that help defensively. So the Knicks should take no chances in risking another injury because we've seen that too. Mitch comes back and then gets injured again, and then he's done. Yeah. And we don't need none of that.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Slow and steady, but he will be a welcomed addition to this team, and I can't wait to see how he looks and how he impacts the defense. They're going to need him. So speedy recovery to the Block Nest Monster, and hey, good news there. Could be this month. We'll see. Let's shout out some more super chats. King of Jones, $5 super chat franchise channel member. Says everybody on the Knicks except Tyler had a steal or a block tonight. Can't wait for this game on Friday. Shout out to Kinga. Kinga, you got to make sure you pull up to the watch party. He was also in the chat asking for the details. Clinton Hall 36 this Friday. Clinton Hall 36. Doors open at 6 p.m. That's 16 West 36th Street. Music by DJ Eric L. Beats. We're going to have the game audio. Eric playing the music during the commercials. We do quarterly giveaways. We have happy hour specials. The food is fantastic. There's going to be a lot of Knicks fans there. And so it's a family show. Bring your kids if you have kids. I think I checked all the boxes there out.
Yes, you can setting up another game show for matchmaking.
Yeah, matchmaking. We'll have a matchmaking section, here. For our singles. We'll have a table just for the singles to get it in and have conversation. You
No, man. It's behind the wall where they're gonna ask contestant 1, would you go on a long walk on the beach? Contestant number 2, what's your favorite place to go out to eat?
Yo, for sure, man, for sure. That's hilarious. Shout out Byron Arnold. Welcome to the family, man. Franchise channel member. We have the Rhyme Animal Chuck D. $5 Super Chat says, few talk about how the Knicks coaching management uses the G League. Deuce, Sims, now Tyler, onwards to OKC. Let's go. KG, 53-29 in the Mosh. We got a 3-year battle. Chuck talking about our guy KG, 7 full in the chat. And between Tyler, Dottier's bouncing back and forth. Huck Porty's bouncing back and forth from the G League. When Tibbs first got here, they hired a lot of development staff. Aaron Brooks was one of those first guys that they hired. I don't know if he's still there, but hey, Westchester seems to be working out for some of these guys, not everybody, but Deuce certainly benefited.
It only works from how much you take out of it, right? And how much you're willing to put into it. And you see, even with guys like Deuce, like he used those experiences to make sure he got enough reps so that way when he did get his number called, he was well prepared, and we see how that's transpired. And I think Kolek is using the same thing. I mean, we all saw that conversation Deuce had with Huck Porty early on in the season saying, got to take advantage of even the small minutes you get at end of games. I would expect Deuce also has talked about his experience in the G League, and I think all those guys are taking it seriously. I mean, look, you're seeing that they're winning. They won the tournament that they had down in the G League.
Yeah.
You see how these guys are performing. It's not like these guys are just going down there and just going through the motions to score even 30 some odd points. That still work in the G League. Those guys are also very talented. They may not be NBA level, but those guys are still very talented. And that's no sniff to say that when it comes to scoring 30 points.
Good points there. Good points by you there. Okay, salute to everybody in the chat, man. 119-103. Knicks win over the Jazz. They get revenge. Let's take a call. We'll take a couple before we wrap. 913, what's your name? Where you calling in from?
Yo, Happy New Year's, guys. It's Kyle from Springfield.
How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good. I just wanted to call in and talk about there was a moment there where Cat attacked the basket on Kessler, and they called a foul, and they rescinded it. And then on the very next play, after they rescinded it, they gave him the ball. He got an and one. That was Patrick Ewing-like, man.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, I ain't seen that like a long time.
Yeah.
I said, geez. I'm watching my man. I'm like, this is like Patrick Ewing. This like we got a team here, bro. We got a team, bro. That's all. I was waiting online to say that. Just to say that, when's the last time a Knicks team could win without their star and the number one, the guy that's backing them up, the number one guy off the bench? When's the last time we could just take care of somebody like that? Pack a team up and just get rid of them like that.
Not since the 73 team, the 70s team has we seen a Knicks team with this much talent.
Before all of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not since then.
Saying?
Not since then. We have not seen a Knicks team with this much talent. It's new.
Man.
It's new, man.
It's like New York Knicks fans is like weird. We can't have nice things. I'm just happy with the squad, man. Hey, and shout out to Mikal Bridges for not wilting under that New York light, man.
Facts.
Everybody was coming for him.
Facts. Facts.
He just balled out. Everybody's just balling right now.
Yeah. Now you're right,
Rapid fire, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Rapid fire. Yep, appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man.
Happy New Year's, man.
Same to you, man. You pulling up to the watch party? What you doing Friday, man? You pulling up or what, man?
Oh, man. I ain't been to a watch party. I ain't pulling up.
Wait a second.
I ain't pulled up.
Wait a second.
I'm 2 hours away, man. I'm closer to Alex than I am to you.
Oh, that's live. Oh, you talking about Springfield, Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not an I-95 can't fix. So what's the route, Al? Tell them the route. You know how to get here from Springfield.
Man, go down I-90, go down I-91, get the I-84, take I-84. Come on, man, go down the Hutch, you get to the city.
Hey, I got family in the Bronx. I come to New York a lot.
There you go. So that's where you're gonna stay after the watch party. You don't gotta go too far.
So now it looks like you're seeing your family on Friday.
You get some rest and then you head back up. All right, man. So I'll see you Friday, man. All right, cool. All right. Yep. All right, there we go, man. Good job.
You
man.
know, I'm glad that you clarified which Springfield, because there's like a bajillion Springfields that
Springfield
we're
everywhere.
talking about.
Yeah, Springfield everywhere. That was good work though. We got him. We got him to come to the Watch Party, so we good. He's coming through. 516. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, name is Sam. I want to say Happy New Year to you guys.
Sam, how you feeling, man? Long time, man.
I'm okay. I'm okay, guys.
Yeah.
I love you guys for the job well done. I follow you guys all the time.
Yeah, man.
The fans. Yeah. What happened was that the Knicks are on track right now. We've won. We won 9 straight games. We have a game behind Boston for the second place, and for the team rating, New York Knicks is number 3. NBA-wise.
Yeah.
Number 1 is Cleveland, followed by OKC and the Knicks. As for the game on Friday, I would like to see Brunson please push the ball a little bit more. At least try not to dominate the game too much. As you could see today, it was all about motion offense. Okay, everybody touches the ball, and we have very highly skilled players right now. Okay, I just want also with the coach, I would like to see him have more confidence in the bench. Play more players. Those young men can play. Trust them more. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what I got to say. But believe me, I'm very happy to be a Knicks fan for almost 60 years.
Let's go.
60 years.
60 years.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it,
Yeah,
Sam. Call
thank you,
back.
guys.
Call back anytime, man. Good points, man. Throw some
Thank
fives
you,
in the
guys.
chat. Throw some fives in the
Thank you,
chat for
guys.
OG Sam, man.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man.
God bless.
Yeah, you too, man. Happy New Year, man. Shout out to Sam out. He's dropping gems on us, man.
Dropping gems. 60 years.
60, man. He's in it, man. He's true and true. All 82.
He's been through the thick of it.
Yeah. Yep. Look, they're gonna be under pressure in this game. OKC offense is not only strong offensively, defensively. I mean, you see Jalen Williams out there. See what he's doing. I mean, he put Julius Julius tied up in that one. But I think the possession battle is gonna be so key on both ends of the floor. Knicks got to take care of the ball. Can't let OKC force him into anything crazy, because OKC, that's their bread and butter. It's forcing you to do something stupid and then turning that into points. And if that happens, similar to Boston, like if that happens, it could be a long night for you if they're shooting the ball well. They're getting out of transition, and Jalen Williams is dunking on people, and Isaiah Joe's hoisting threes, letting it fly. And then you got SGA playing at an MVP level. They got to keep him out of the paint.
That's gonna be tough to do, man.
Yeah.
He can get downhill, man.
He can get downhill.
Look, the way I was watching the Thunder play the Timberwolves, and the way that Naz Reid was guarding him. I mean, the way Shea's got great handles too, man.
Serious.
He switched up, was able to use that shoulder, bounced Naz Reid off of him, and then was able to readjust and get the layup with ease. And I'm like, it's going to be difficult. He knows how to put pressure on the rim, just like Brunson does. And it's going to be fascinating to see how that all plays out.
Yeah. I think he deserves the MVP, man. Like, I really think, like, when you get into those, like, top 3 in MVP conversations, I know people, you got to get with the analytics and this and his advanced analytics, say this, that, and third. The guy deserves the award, man.
Dude, the eye test just says he's
the guy
dominant.
Deserves the award. He deserved it last year. Like, let somebody listen. I get it. You want to see history made with Jokic, and can he get that? And you can make a case for when you get to the top 3. You could make a strong case for all these guys. I think Shea deserves it financially, the accolades, the star power. I think he deserves it, man. It's his time, man. Give him the MVP, man.
3 years in a row right now, he's averaging over 30 points per game. You know what I mean? Like, he's averaging over 30 points per game. His effective field goal percentage is just, he's just such an efficient scorer. He's averaging, 58% effective field goal percentage. That's threes and twos.
Yeah.
It's not even free throws. It's like true shooting percentage calculates. And the fact that he has such a high number, and he's even shooting the 3-ball better than he has in prior years. He's taken more threes this season than he's ever taken, knocking 35% down, which for him is just fantastic. He's tough, man. He's a tough dude.
Yeah.
And so playing in the Olympics has helped him. Playing in the World Cup has helped him. The guy is just He's going to be a tough cover, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this matchup because it's going to be him versus Brunt. There's so many storylines. That's why for this game of the week, man. Like, where are we? Like, there's so many routes to go in this matchup.
Yeah.
So many.
Towns,
routes.
Hart. And Towns' discipline has been called into question. That's part of it. Like, the decision making, whether it's with the ball in your hands or without, they're going to need him in this game and locked into this game. Because Hart's going to put a lot of pressure on him.
Mm-hmm. You can go Jalen Williams and either OG or Bridges.
Right. That's right. So, and an area where they can take advantage right now where the Knicks have been strong is a rebounding battle. Control the boards. Control the possessions.
Hey, you can go a Josh Hart, Lou Dort matchup too.
Josh Hart, Lou Dort. Caruso. Man, they got Caruso, man.
Oh my God. This is gonna be fun, man.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
I'm looking forward to this matchup.
Yeah, man.
Caruso and Deuce. There's a
Caruso.
matchup.
Wow. I mean, this is why they're so good, which is to nobody's surprise. But man, they've got a great thing going there. So shout out to OKC. We're gonna be looking forward to that matchup. Game of the week preview tomorrow. So make sure you guys keeping it locked there. Al, tonight you had millions of Knicks fans in the dark. Couldn't even watch MSG out here in New York because of a ongoing battle between Optimum Cable and MSG Network. They're battling over carriage fees. Right now, Optimum, which was formerly Cablevision, which was formerly owned by James Dolan, which was founded by his father, Charles Dolan, who has recently passed away. So imagine that. Imagine that. Your father's company, who you came up through the ranks, now you're in a legal dispute with him. You no longer own it. And that's just incredible how business works. But anyway, they pay MSG $10 for every subscriber. They're haggling over the amount. And because of that, people turn on the TV and they get a blue screen of death, man. No Nick game for you, man.
That sucks too, man, because it goes, I know it comes down to, you can say, hey, this is like doing business, trying to get stuff, trying to make sure that everyone's getting paid. But at the end of the day, you're blacking out fans, which is who you're trying to support. I'm like, over what, man? Like I get that it comes down to $1, making sure, like I said, everyone gets paid. But the fact that people are blacked out, now you have to think about other alternatives to, watch a game. And this is where, when you start talking about why are ratings down, that and the third, this goes to another issue, man. Like, this isn't the first time we're talking about a blackout. Connecticut got blacked out, right?
Yeah.
No Knicks game. I don't know if that's gotten settled.
You got Xfinity Comcast. Comcast. You have that, no MSG.
Yeah. So how are you watching Knicks games? For fans that that are not in the tri-state area, like, what are you doing right now? And this is not like it's a small cable company. This is a big cable company, man. They service a lot of people, especially in the city.
1 million.
And so
impacted.
When you're thinking, hey, I can't go watch this game, what am I paying for? And these like crazy prices just to keep cable, to get internet. If you got a phone jack, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are you paying for, and why are we doing this? And this is where people are now starting to cut cables. This is where you start, once again, going back to the ratings and streaming. You can't even really rate like how many viewers you're getting, right? So if you're watching on YouTube TV, like I am, like that doesn't really go towards that counting.
That's right.
From what I've read. So, this is why people are cutting the cord. This is why people are looking for other alternatives. I see people talk about, I'm not, there's, I'm not going to.
Alternative sources. We don't provide those names.
We don't provide those names, but I can tell you, you can tap into KFTV and check out the play-by-play and check out CK, JD, who's ever doing it. Shout out to CK, he's been doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
And you can go get your fill there if you can't watch the game. But
correct.
This is what the issue is, man, when it comes to like ratings. And so the league has to do better too, because if you're gonna have cable companies be in disputes like this, then you can't have League Pass just blacking out areas if you want them to go to you and go be another like provider and to big up the league. This is all like just multiple layers of the issue of getting eyes on the product.
Yeah. Justin in the chat says he uses Fubo TV, and I think that's an alternative. You have the Gotham Sports app. You have the MSG streaming app. Or for the free 99, you tap in with us, CK2K, on the play-by-play live, and it's a great experience. You watch along. We watch along as a family. So unfortunate, very unfortunate, but, there are some alternatives, and we'll see. This is kind of like a game of chicken here because, as one of the articles was saying, Optimum could threaten to drop MSG, and, some side will say, well, then they're going to lose customers, but they're paying $10 per customer anyway to MSG. So you got to kind of weigh that, the opportunity cost. And then counter to that, MSG, who's already in the red, could go bankrupt as a result. MSG Networks could go bankrupt as a result of if Optimum chooses to drop MSG from the coverage. It's a game of chicken here, man. So
it's a crazy game of chicken, man. And
yeah.
The other thing too is that with these streaming providers, they all don't offer MSG.
That's right.
YouTube TV does not offer MSG. Even if I were to use this, I'd have to go with probably Fubo, as someone in the chat mentioned, right? So this is just the complexity of trying to watch a Knicks game. And even when you think about the Gotham app, like I've tried to use the Gotham app because I can't use YouTube TV when I'm in New York visiting family, right? I'd have to watch on the TV if it's available to me. But I try using the Gotham app, and that's not the easiest thing to use either. And I try to log in with, my mother's account. It doesn't work. And so there's no true legitimate alternative for streaming a Knicks game. And I can't fathom that this is only a Knicks problem, but a league problem as a whole. And so something they got to solve, like I already said, lift the blackout. All right. Lift the blackout restrictions for a league pass. You're paying enough already for the product. Why can't I watch the game wherever I go? And especially if you're in legal, if teams are in legal disputes where I have to watch the game, how is that helping anybody? If anything, it caused more frustration. And then next thing you know, you start losing people who are interested in the sport, right? And the diehards will figure out a way, man. The diehards will figure out a way to watch it, whether it would be legally or illegally, right? And that's the fear too, that you're going to start losing because you're getting all these contracts. You need that ad revenue. If you have people starting to go for an alternative streaming service, right? You're losing out on money.
Yeah.
So they got to get their act together, man. This is not only an MSG thing. This is a league thing.
True.
So they all got to figure it out.
True indeed, man. Well, at the end of the day, Al, whether they're watching the game illegally, legally, play-by-play, you know that they got to come to the number one post-game show for the fans, by the fans, and that is KnicksFanTV, man. The first post-game show of 2025, and we are reacting to a Knicks win. Great show, man. We had over 2,600 people in here on the check-in. Salute to Knicks Nation. Happy New Year to you guys once again. Shout out to Nicholas Johnson, who gets in a $15 Australian super chat and just wants to send love, just show some love. So shout out to him. Shout out to Knicks Fan Forever. Appreciate you. Kenny Lofton, Christopher Abbott, once again, thanks for your support. Blitz Gang 23, salute to you. And shout out First Lady of Sports, Al, $10 super chat. And she says, well, first off, Happy New Year to First Lady. She says, shout out CP for mentioning the Netflix series, The Madness. Great series. Also, shout out to Chuck D, featuring your classic PE song, He Got Game, at the end of the series. Yeah, she's right. First off, The Madness, good series, based in Philadelphia. But the musical soundtrack was excellent. A lot of Philly roots, a lot of, they played some Siegel, played some Roots, but they did play He Got Game at the end of the series. And definitely thought about Chuck there. Classic track. Love that track. Did you see that show, Al? Did you see the show?
I have not seen the show yet.
Check it out. It's good. Check it out. So I wrapped that up. Now I'm on The Day of the Jackal on Peacock. Ooh. It's good. I watched the first episode before tonight's game. Eddie Redmayne, good actor. He's nice, man. He's very surgical in this movie, in this show rather. Good acting. Lashana Lynch, she played Rita Marley in the new Bob Marley movie.
Okay.
Yeah, The Day of the Jackal. It's pretty serious. Yeah, it's pretty serious. But the madness was good too, man. So that was our TV time segment of the show out. That was it for tonight. Man.
There you go, man.
Yeah, man.
I watched, because my wife is big into musicals, I watched Wicked. That was pretty good, man.
Okay.
I was thoroughly impressed. As a guy who's like, depending on the musical, I can get into it. But hey, I was actually, if you like Ariana Grande for anybody out there. I know we got some lady Knicks fans out there. If you want to tap into that, Wicked was pretty solid.
Nice. Speaking of music, I saw Hell's Kitchen over the break. Hell's Kitchen was good. Shout out to Alicia Keys. That was a good production, man. I got on my Broadway thespian-ish. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah, saw that. I went to we went to Lincoln Center, man. Big band holiday. That's our jam. That's me and wifey's jam. Big band holiday. I'm very big into live music and jazz.
Nice.
Next year, next Christmas, we'll do a little double date, man. We'll go to Lincoln Center, man. Tap in.
Love Lincoln Center.
Big band holiday. Great job. Shout out to Wynton Marsalis, man. Excellent production, bro. Excellent production.
Live jazz. I can always get behind live jazz, man.
Yeah.
Went down to New Orleans, was listening to live jazz not too long ago. Went down for Mardi Gras. That was back, back before I met the missus.
Nice.
2014.
Nice.
Was down there for 8 days celebrating Mardi Gras. Craziest time ever experienced.
Yeah, and speaking of which, man, we can end the show on this, man. Rest in peace to all the people who, lost their lives, and our condolences to the families impacted by such a heinous thing to happen, man, on Bourbon Street. I went, like you did, I went to Bourbon Street and went to New Orleans overall. So much love down there, so much Southern hospitality, great food. It's just crazy, that people go down there to celebrate the new year, and you have something like this happen, man. It's just incredibly evil stuff going on in the world, man. But condolences to the family of the victims for sure. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Just to everyone, man.
Sure.
It's just all we need is just love in this world, man.
Yeah, 100%.
As the Beatles said, all we need is love.
That's all we need, man. Well, we got it here in the number one show for the fans by the fans. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Great show, Al. So you got Small Game of the Week preview. Remember that the show's available in audio podcast format. Catch us on the podcast. Salute to the replay gang if you missed today's show live. Get your watch party tickets free to get in. KFTVWatch.com, or you can go to KnicksFanTV.com to RSVP. We'll see you guys on Friday at the watch party. Hopefully we get to meet some new Knicks fans there. And that's that, man. Number one show for the fans by the fans. Happy New Year once again. We out of here. Peace.